continuing section 3.2 on complex numbers, and now we're going to do operations with complex numbers. So hopefully you watched the first video and you know about I squared, I cubed. So once you've learned about that, operations with it is very simple, as in it's stuff that you already know. In other words, this one is collecting like terms. So put the real numbers together. So what's a plus 5? 13. What is negative I plus 4i plus 3i? Now these two are not like terms. This is a real number, this is an imaginary number. You can't put them together. Now, and I have to tell you, you have to write it this way. This is the order. If you write 3i plus 13, that's incorrect. So these are called complex numbers. And the complex numbers are always the real number first, and then you put the imaginary number. So this would be my answer. Okay, now let's do this one. It's a subtraction sign here, so what are we going to distribute? Negative 1. So let me rewrite it. 7 minus 6i, this one's going to be minus 3, and this one's going to be plus 6i. Okay, combine like terms. What's 7 minus 3? 4. I'll write it over here. What's negative 6i plus 6i? What's negative 6i plus 6i? 0. So the answer is just 4. It's actually plus 0i, but you don't need to put the 0i. You don't need to put the 0i unless they ask you to write it in a complex form. Then you would write it as 4 plus 0i. All right, let's move on to C. So we're going to distribute the negative. 13 minus 2 minus 7i plus 5i. Okay, put the real parts together. 13 minus 2, 11. Negative 7i and 5i minus 2i. So adding and subtracting is really straightforward. If you are watching my video, I'm going to want you to pause the video and you're going to do monitoring progress 8, 9, and 10 on page 106. So monitoring progress 8, 9, and 10 on page 106. But I'm going to move forward. Let's do our multiplication now. Same thing, like you would do with any other problem. So we're going to distribute the 4i. So 4i times negative 6i is negative 24i. Okay, 4i times I is going to be plus 4i squared. Okay, what did you learn about I squared? I squared is really negative 1. So I'm going to write this. You can skip it once you learn it, but I'm just going to write it out so it's easier for you to see. That I squared is really negative 1. So this makes this part, bottom part, negative 4. But you have to write it in the right format. You have to write it in the right format. So what goes first? Negative 4 minus 24i. Okay, B, distributing. So if you want to follow along, I'm on page 106 in your textbook. Okay, first, 9 times negative 4. Negative 36. 9 times 7i. Plus 63i. Negative 2i times negative 4. Plus 8i. Negative 2i and positive 7i. Negative 14i squared. Okay, now we're going to combine like terms. Here's my real part, negative 36. What is 63i and 8i? 71i, good. And then remember, I squared is really -1, so that makes these two things plus 14. Okay, we're not done. Now we have to combine the real terms. What's -36 and +14? -22 plus 71i. So the key part here is what I'm going to highlight. You got to know that I squared is -1, and this is already -14, which makes it +14. Okay, again, if you are watching this video, then I'm going to want you to pause the video now, and I want you to do monitoring progress 11, oops, I got to be in black, 11, 12, and 13 on page 106. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll get lots of practice. We're going to spend 2 days on this topic because you just need lots of practice for it.